Hello, hello, hello. We've made it to Friday, September 12th, 2025. I'm so glad you're tuning in. And I hope you're finding some value in these episodes. I sure enjoy doing them. I suppose that's the main purpose of doing them at this point. But in the past, when I've done the daily quick hit kind of stuff, I think, oh, no one's listening. And then I find out from people that they were listening and they really appreciated it. So this time around, I'm really holding on to that as I just really commit to the repetition over a protracted period of time. And it's just been a joy to connect this way. So thanks again for listening. And it's September the 12th, which is kind of hard to believe. I guess I say that about many days, but rinse and repeat. It's just kind of crazy how time flies. But looking at today, and again, we're not doing weather because I'm actually traveling. And so it doesn't make sense to do weather. But here's the question of the day. Let's see. Again, I'm getting this information from almanac.com. So if it ends up being wrong, we can blame almanac.com. But we'll do a little question of this, like a little trivia. And now I did not know the answer to this, but the question is, what is a Gandhi dancer? A Gandhi, G-A-N-D-Y, Gandhi dancer. Again, this tends to be United States or America centric. So if you're listening from outside the U.S., I'm sorry. We'll do some more global things moving forward. But the answer is Gandhi dancer. Some railroad workers of the past were called this because of tools they used made by the Gandhi Manufacturing Company of Chicago. So it was a name for a railroad worker. That's kind of interesting. Okay. All right. So let's look at birthdays today. H.L. Mencken, the journalist, born in this day in 1880. Barry White, the amazing singer with the amazing Barry White voice, 1944. Let's see. Jennifer Hudson, the actress and singer and talk show host, 1981. Oh, wow. I didn't realize she's not old, but she's closer to my age than I realized. Yep. So there's a few, of course. Johnny Cash died this day in 2003. I can't believe it's been 22 years since he passed away. Kind of crazy. I remember him being on TV shows like, what was it? Little House on the Prairie. He was in that show. In terms of events, John F. Kennedy married Jacqueline Lee Bouvier, who became Jacqueline Kennedy in Newport, Rhode Island in 1953. And if you haven't been to Newport, Rhode Island, you need to go. It's, my goodness, talk about a reminder of the Gilded Age. It's really stunning and beautiful there, but the mansions in Newport they're just unbelievable. Let's see. The Monkees debuted on television in 1966 on this day. And Hong Kong, did I say Hong Kong Disneyland opened in 2005? Did I already say that? I don't recall, but it did. 20 years ago, Hong Kong Disneyland. Haven't been to that one. Been to Tokyo, been to LA, never been to Florida. But there it is. So our factoids, there they are. It's kind of like eating junky cereal with milk. Delicious. I don't know how much nutritional value, but it's still fun to reflect on those things. So we'll see. If you want to hear other types of data that get you going in the morning or whenever you happen to listen to this, let me know. I will do even more research for these daily musings. But here we are, Friday the 12th. And I just want to talk about having some fun. I've talked about that I'm in the process of designing this is my daily kind of, right now it's not a monetizing thing. It's really a daily journal. I call it Verbal Vitamins, a morning shot, if you will. And I do it for several reasons. One of them is to just make it so routine that I am firing up the mic, I'm recording, I'm sharing my thoughts verbally, things that I've been thinking about, so that when I launch a new podcast, that those muscles are going to be very, very, I don't know, I want to say fresh, but that they will not have atrophied, and I'll have a lot of muscle memory for a lot of those things. And so I can focus on guests even more easily. That's one reason to do it. The other one is the resilience and the growth mindset, and all of the things that I'm talking about are highly relevant to doing anything new. And so I'm hoping this is helping someone else too. It's just really great. And at some point I'm going to hear back from people and I'm going to find out that it is. But even if I don't hear that, I know it is. I just know it because I've had enough experience doing this. So it's funny. I used to get down on myself and think, well, none of this is that profound. And it maybe isn't. But, to be able to hear things that but you need reminded of, or hear it in different words than you would put it, and it sticks in your own head, gosh, that's been helpful to me. So one of the things that comes up is the power of play. And I have to admit, I'm not that well. I would not have thought of myself as very good at play. But finding opportunities to play is so important. And let me tell a different story and then tie it together. So, I have been thinking about what I really, really, really wanted to do in this next phase. I don't know if it's turning 50 or what, but I've just been really focused on growing to the next thing in my business, in my career, my vocation, helping people in new ways. And what I tell people is that I have two priorities, and that is people and fun. I want to be about people, for people, with people, highly engaging, right? I want the podcasts and the media and the talks and everything to be about connecting with people and helping other people connect with one another in meaningful ways. That's, to put it simply, what it's about. And the second part of that is I want it to be fun. I want content to be entertaining and engaging, and I want to be enjoying myself to the maximum degree possible. A lot of laughter. But before I allowed myself to really go to where I wanted to go with this, I really struggled because I kept getting interrupted with sort of these thoughts that were more traditional, more, you should build your business this way or that way. And it just never seemed satisfying enough. And the epiphany came when I looked back on, I asked myself, what were you doing when you were a little kid? And when I asked myself that question, it was a setup because I knew the answer already. But I knew from the time I was a little kid, I was always making shows. I would record, we call it podcasting now, but really it's just another form of what we used to know as radio. But I would make shows. I'd record shows. I'd even make commercials for them. And I would recruit friends to do it with me. And I didn't do a whole lot of video just because we didn't have a video camera, but I would have done that too. And so I did that for play. And I thought, so it's not just that play stimulates creativity and joy, but looking at what you used to do when you were playing as a kid is such a great pointer to what maybe you need to do next. Because if you can tap into that same thing as an adult, but in a new way, in a way that is tied into your business and your vocation or your volunteer work or whatever, you're almost guaranteed to have more joy associated with it. At a minimum, you're going to remember when you were doing it when you were a kid. So if it's martial arts, if it's drawing, painting, skipping, hiking, whatever it is for you, how can you incorporate that into your next thing? And if you can, do it, So does that make sense? I hope it does. It makes sense to me. So we're going to live with that for now. Thanks for listening all week long. I'm so grateful. We're going to be back Monday with more. But in the meantime, maybe this weekend is a great time to reconnect with and cultivate a little bit of playful activity and see where that goes. In the meantime, be good to yourself. Be good to others. We'll see you on Monday. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye for now.